What's up guys, I hope you saw our video about Zeblaze Vibe 7 and Vibe 7 Pro smartwatches. If not, I will leave the links in description. In this video we will talk about the new Lite version of Zeblaze Vibe 7. It also has a rugged design, like the previous watches, as well as Bluetooth phone calls, 24 hours health measurement, and up to 25 days of battery life. By the way, Zeblaze Vibe 7 Lite has the biggest screen in the series, 1.47 inches. For comparison, Zeblaze Vibe 7 has 1.39-inch display, while Zeblaze Vibe 7 Pro comes with 1.43-inch screen. Let's try to find out which smartwatch from Zeblaze Vibe 7 series is better to buy. As usual, let's start the review with unboxing. On the box we can see an image of the watch with a black dial and a black strap. But actually I have the version with silver dial and orange strap. By the way, I had Zeblaze Vibe 7 and Vibe 7 Pro in the black color, and I want to say that Zeblaze Vibe 7 Lite looks very nice with the silver dial. I think the smartwatch looks even more expensive in this color. There's also a strap, magnetic charging cable, and a user manual in the box. So I have Zeblaze Vibe 7 Lite with a silver dial and orange strap. But the new watch is also available with a black dial and black, green and gray straps. The strap is detachable, so you can buy several in different colors and change them from time to time. The strap is 22mm wide. The dial of Zeblaze Vibe 7 Lite is made of zinc alloy, but the back panel is plastic. The new smartwatch has two physical buttons on the right side, and they are also made of zinc alloy. It seems like there are buttons on the left side as well, but it is fake. However, we can see a speaker here. The microphone hole is on the other side. Later in this video we will check out Bluetooth calling. On the back of the watch there are charging contacts, heart rate and SpO2 sensors. We will also check how they work a little later. It looks like the back panel of the watch can be removed because there are 4 screws, but I am not sure you should do this because it may compromise the sealing of the case. By the way, Zeblaze Vibe 7 Lite has 3 ATM and IP69K waterproof rating and military-grade toughness. The manufacturer claims that the new watch is shock-proof, heat and cold resistant, and even ice and freezing resistant. The most important thing for me is Corning Gorilla Glass protection on the screen. When it comes to the screen, as I said before, Zeblaze Vibe 7 Lite has 1.47-inch diagonal, and it is the largest screen in the series. However, it is not the biggest screen among all Zeblaze watches. A few weeks ago, we tested Zeblaze Ares 3 with a 1.52-inch display. Unlike the Pro version with an AMOLED display, the Zeblaze Vibe 7 Lite has an IPS panel. It also has a smaller screen resolution, but it is still very clear. The display of the new watch is good outdoors. However, since it is not an AMOLED panel, it doesn't have always-on screen. If this is a must-have feature for you, then you should go for Zeblaze Vibe 7 Pro. By the way, the Lite version of the smartwatch has the same user interface as the Pro version. First, you can swipe down from the main watch face and enter a quick settings menu. Here we can turn on/off, do not disturb mode, power saving mode, change screen brightness. Go to the settings menu. Find phone, system information, flashlight, and phone calls. The smartwatch has another quick settings menu that opens when you swipe right on the home screen. And there's system info, screen time, menu style, display settings, and settings. You can also go to the weather forecast and Bluetooth calls. By swiping up, you can read new messages. Zeblaze Vibe 7 Lite has some widgets such as daily activity, heart rate, sleep, and weather. You can also add music and workout widgets, as well as remove any others you don't need. Of course, these are not all the functions of the smartwatch. You can press physical button on the side of the watch to enter the menu with all the functions, such as telephone, contact person, call records, voice assistant, data, workout, workout records, heart rate, sleep, blood pressure, blood oxygen, messages, weather, female, music, breath training, stopwatch, timer, alarm clock, calendar, set time, calculator, find phone, camera, and settings. As you can see, Zeblaze Vibe 7 Lite has many functions. Okay, now let's take a look at the settings menu. First, we can change a menu style. There are 4 styles available. The display settings include watch face switch, brightness, screen time, and raised wake. By the way, Zeblaze Vibe 7 Lite has 4 watch faces out of the box. I really like the default watch face because it shows a digital and analog time, day of the week and months, steps, heart rate, calories, and other information. However, if you don't like it, you can upload other watch faces from the app on smartphone. Let's go back to the settings menu. In the battery menu, we can see the current battery level and turn on power saving mode. And then we can change the vibration intensity. The new Zeblaze smartwatch supports many languages such as Chinese, English, German, and others. There is also a QR code in the settings to download the companion app on smartphone. The system settings include System Info, Shutdown, Restart, and Reset. Now these are all the functions and settings of Zeblaze Vibe 7 Lite. As for the companion app on smartphone, first I'm surprised it is not Zeblaze Fit app like on the latest Zeblaze watches. I told you that the Zeblaze Vibe 7 Lite has the same user interface as the Zeblaze Vibe 7 Pro, and they have the same mobile app. It is called FitCloudPro. When you connect the watch, make sure you allow the app to send notifications and receive calls. So in the app we have push notifications, alarms, sanitary reminder, drink water reminder, watch face, sport push, and many other functions. As I said before, Zeblaze Vibe 7 Lite has 4 watch faces out of the box, but there are hundreds of them in the app. By the way, the smartwatch also has 18 workout modes by default, but you can upload additional sports modes from the app. Another useful function in the app is automatic health monitoring. You can turn it on and choose monitoring time. The smartwatch will measure the health data such as heart rate, blood pressure, and blood oxygen. Finally, you can select favorite contacts in the app for the quick dialing from the watch. Let's see how the phone calls works. First, you can go to telephone and enter the phone number to call. If you have already added a favorite contact before in the app, you can open the contact person menu on the watch and select the contact to call. There is also a call records menu on the smartwatch. During a call, you can see contact's name or phone number as well as buttons to accept or reject the call. Overall, this is very useful function when you cannot hold your smartphone in your hand, for example, when running or driving. Okay, now let's measure a heart rate and blood oxygen on the Zeblaze Vibe 7 Lite. When I tested Zeblaze Vibe 7 and Vibe 7 Pro, I had 72 and 74 BPM respectively, and a 97% of SpO2 level. I am in a similarly relaxed state now, and the new Zeblaze Vibe 7 Lite says that I have 78 BPM and a 97% SpO2 level. The battery of the new Zeblaze smartwatch has a capacity of 280 mAh. It is smaller than the batteries of Zeblaze Vibe 7 and Vibe 7 Pro, which have a 400 mAh capacity. So the battery life of Zeblaze Vibe 7 Lite is 14 days in typical usage. It is not bad, but still less than other models with a battery life of 25–30 days. So I was trying to find out which smartwatch from Zeblaze Vibe 7 series is better to buy. You know, I'm surprised, they are almost the same price. Zeblaze Vibe 7 Lite is $35, Vibe 7 is $37, and Vibe 7 Pro is $40. However, they also have many similar functions. If you ask me, I would choose Zeblaze Vibe 7 Pro because it has an AMOLED display, always-on mode, and the longest battery life among these watches. However, if you don't need an AMOLED screen and you can get Zeblaze Vibe 7 Lite for under $30, it is a very good option. Thank you for watching this video. See you soon!